The rain hammered against the windows of the downtown Chicago high-rise, like it was trying to break in. Tom Harris didn't notice. He was on his knees in the 42nd floor break room, scrubbing coffee stains out of the carpet with a brush that had seen better days. The clock on the wall read 11:47 p.m. His daughter, Ellie, 8 years old and already too good at pretending she wasn't scared when he worked late, would be asleep on Mrs. Delgado's couch by now, clutching the stuffed giraffe he'd bought her at a garage sale for $3. Tom's hands moved automatically, muscle memory from 3 years of nights like this. 3 years since Sarah's car accident. 3 years of hospital bills that still arrived like clockwork, even after the insurance company stopped answering calls. He never complained. Complaining didn't pay the electric bill. It didn't buy Ellie new shoes when her toes pushed against the fronts of the old ones. It didn't keep the lights on. He was 43, looked 50, felt 60. Gray threaded through his short beard, and his shoulders carried the permanent stoop of a man who lifted more than his share. But he smiled at everyone, always. The night shift security guard, the early morning paralegals, the cleaning crew from the floor below. He knew their kids' names, their birthdays, the little things that made them feel seen. Most people didn't notice him back. He was furniture, a quiet man in navy coveralls who made the world cleaner without asking for thanks. Tonight the office was still alive. The merger team had been working around the clock, and the break room smelled of cold pizza and desperation. A cluster of junior associates, young, sharp, expensive suits, sprawled around the table, laptops open, voices loud with exhaustion and too much caffeine. Tom kept his head down, but he heard them. "Man, I'm tapped out," one said, a guy named Ryan who wore his tie like a badge of honor. "My rent's due, car payment's due, and my girlfriend wants to go to Napa next month. I can't even donate $10 to this stupid fund." They were talking about the company's emergency relief fund. One of the senior partners, Mark Daniels, had collapsed at his desk 2 weeks earlier. Brain tumor, inoperable. His wife was drowning in medical bills, and their 12-year-old son, Liam, had started missing school because he couldn't stop crying. The firm had set up a donation page. Everyone was encouraged to give what they could. Most gave $20, $30, a few gave $100. The total so far was a little over $7,000, not enough to move the needle. Another associate, Claire, laughed without humor. "I mean, come on, Mark makes $500,000 a year. He'll be fine. We're the ones scraping by." Ryan leaned back. "Right? I'm not trying to sound cold, but I've got my own kid on the way. I can't just hand over my paycheck." Tom squeezed the sponge, dirty water dripping into the bucket. He didn't look up. Claire glanced at him, then at Ryan. A small, mean smile curved her lips. "Hey, Tom, you've been here forever. What do you make? Like 30 grand a year?" 32, Tom said quietly, still scrubbing. Ryan snorted. "Perfect. Translate this for us, Tom." He pulled out his phone, opened a me map, and turned the screen toward the others. A cartoon janitor with a sad face held a sign that read, in big letters, "My salary's yours." Someone had photoshopped Tom's head onto the cartoon body. Underneath, in smaller text, "Donate today." The group laughed. Claire covered her mouth, eyes sparkling. "That's brutal," she said, but she was laughing too. Tom looked at the screen for a long moment. The cartoon version of him had sad eyes and a mop in one hand. He recognized the photo. It was from last year's company picnic. Someone had snapped it while he was picking up trash. He set the brush down, stood slowly, wiped his hands on his coveralls. The laughter died a little. Tom's voice was calm, almost gentle. "You don't need to translate it. I understand." Ryan blinked. "What?" "My salary's yours." Tom said it plainly, like he was reading the weather. "I'll give it. All of it. Next paycheck. Straight to the fund for Liam and Mark." Silence. Claire's smile vanished. "You're joking." Tom shook his head. "No." Ryan stared. "Dude, that's your whole month. Rent, groceries, your kid." "I know," Tom said. The break room felt smaller. The rain sounded louder. Tom picked up the bucket. "I've got a little girl at home. She's 8. She wants to be a doctor someday. Helps me fold laundry, tells me when the fridge is low on milk. She doesn't ask for much, but she knows we're tight. She knows I work late so she can have dance lessons. She knows I skip lunches sometimes." He looked at them. Really looked. Not angry, not proud, just tired. "But I also know what it's like to lose someone. I lost my wife. Ellie lost her mom. We still get cards from the hospital. And every time I see Mark's boy in the lobby waiting for his dad, it's like looking in a mirror. So yeah, my salary's yours. For Liam, for Mark, for whatever they need." He turned back to the carpet, picked up the brush again. No one spoke. Claire's eyes were wet. Ryan looked like he'd been slapped. The others stared at the floor. Tom kept scrubbing. The next morning, the office was different. Whispers followed him down the halls. People who'd never said more than morning stopped to ask how Ellie was doing. A paralegal slipped him a coffee. Real coffee, not the break room sludge, and wouldn't take no for an answer. The senior partner's assistant came down personally with a card. Inside was a note from Mark Daniels, written in shaky handwriting. "Tom, I don't know what to say, thank you. You didn't have to do this, but you did. We won't forget." By noon, the donation page had exploded. The junior associates started a chain. Each one pledged $100, then $200. Ryan posted on the company Slack, matching Tom's contribution. "Who's with me?" Within an hour, the total jumped past 20,000. That evening, Tom came home to Ellie sitting at the kitchen table with her homework. Mrs. Delgado had left a plate of tamales on the counter. Ellie looked up, eyes wide. "Daddy, everyone at school was talking about you. They said you gave away your money to help a boy whose dad is sick." Tom sat beside her. "Yeah, baby, I did." She frowned. "But what about us? The bills? Your shoes have holes." He pulled her close. "We'll be okay. We always are. Sometimes helping someone else is the only way to keep going ourselves." She rested her head on his shoulder. "You're the best, Daddy." He swallowed hard. "I'm just trying to be half as good as you think I am." 2 weeks later, the firm announced a new policy: full matching donations for any employee contribution to verified medical funds. The first check went to Mark Daniels' family. It was enough to cover the next round of treatments and give them breathing room. Tom never asked for recognition. He didn't want it. But on the last day of the month, when his paycheck should have arrived, a direct deposit hit his account anyway. The memo line read, "From your friends on 42, you're not alone." He stared at the screen for a long time. Then he opened his phone, pulled up the donation page, and sent half of it right back to Liam's fund. The other half he used to buy Ellie new shoes, pink ones, with sparkles. That night, as he tucked her in, she whispered, "Daddy, do you think Liam's dad is going to be okay?" Tom kissed her forehead. "I think he's got a fighting chance. Because people showed up. That's what matters." Outside, the rain had stopped. The city lights glittered through the window like they were trying to say something kind. Tom turned off the lamp and sat in the dark for a while, listening to his daughter breathe. For the first time in 3 years, the weight on his shoulders felt a little lighter.